Good time.
Loud time, I said.
Loud time. I thought you said go time. And yeah, it is live time. So I will say hello, everyone, and welcome to a terrible stream for terrible people. How are we all doing this absolutely wonderful Monday? Are we good? Have we been up to anything? Have we gotten projects finished? Have we, I don't know, done that thing that you were supposed to do for fucking months and just didn't bother doing?
Are you trying to make me feel bad?
No, I'm not talking to you.
Right.
Never talking to you. Got to make sure that you're on the mic thing again. At that time when I just forgot to mic you up because I'm so smart.
Hmm.
No, and I'm talking about the fact that we have progressed the living room of doom, and it's like actually starting to take shape. It looks really good. I'm really pleased with it, and it's very comfortable. Not done, but yeah. I thought we were psychopaths. You're not any of these fucking names with my handle in it. You fucking terrible people. Get over it. That's what you got called. That's what I decided you were called. I especially didn't want sycophants because that's just fucking cringe. Like, you just know that's what people. Yeah, well, you're called sycophants. Meh, meh, meh. It's like, fuck off. Yeah, I chose terrible people. I decided that's what you get. Don't make me come down there and hurt you. Why would I even lift a finger? You make an excellent point, Bitekeeper. I hadn't thought that one through. But yeah.
I've been rubbing my tubes. Me too?
What? What?
Demon orb. I
Is that
don't.
a. The only thing I can think that comes to mind that isn't sexual is maybe making beer? It sounds like something you might need to do when you do
I don't know.
craft
I
beer.
went straight to fallopian tubes, so.
I mean, Demon Orb is famous for his fallopian tubes. Do you have candle lights with oh dear? That's cringe in your new living room. Yeah, I don't know. Duh, duh, duh. No, the psychopath is where you walk to get to Six House. No, that's like a minefield. Keep out all the humans. Fuck that shit. Uh, I'm glad being garbage is a lifestyle. At this point, my life is a landfill. Nice. Nice, I like that. It's not a house, it's a landfill. Ah, what's that? Burr. Wait.
Oh god, yeah, the goop vagina candles.
Oh,
When I first heard of that, I honestly thought like they actually put discharge in a candle or something.
this candle smells
Is
like
it
my
now like
vagina.
smell like yeast or some yeast infection or
There was
something?
the reverse ones, and there was like this candle smells like my sack and shit like that, which was particularly funny. Yeah, very. I'm not a huge fan of old. I was going to call her Gwen Stefani then, Gwyneth Paltrow, because she is a woo peddler of the highest order, and worse still, because you see interviews with her, and she's basically like, "Yeah, it's kind of all fucking bullshit, isn't it?" And it's just like, well, then don't sell it. What the fuck? Like,
It's not just the selling of the products; it's the having the what do they call them? Like events
I think it's the
where you get all
bullshit.
these like middle-aged desperate women who are going to there hoping to get some sort of wellness treatment,
Mm.
and it's costing them thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fucking. It's just exploitative bullshit, and she can go fuck off into space. But Iron Man did that instead. It's just terrible. Holy shit. My son died at age 14 a month ago. Now I'm being hassled on how much I drink. I only drink beer, I don't go anywhere, and I don't annoy anybody. Apparently, that's evil. I hate humanity. I mean, fucks. You're allowed to have a few drinks when that shit fucking happens. People can fuck. If you're still having regular drinks in a couple of years to like an actual problematic degree, then maybe they've got something. But right now, fuck off. You should be. I don't know. I would be absolutely fucking wrecked all the goddamn time if my kids died. Like, no fucking way. I probably wouldn't give much of a fuck about anything anymore. Just yeah. So yeah, tell them to go fuck themselves. Do one. Can Sir Sick turn mic up? I can't find the TV remote. No! God damn it. Figure your own shit out.
Scrotum bath bomb. Oh my god.
A scrotal bar, like an actual scrotum.
That's what I was thinking.
Do you know what?
Like you go to what's that place that sells bath bombs? Is it like Lush or
Lush,
something?
yes.
Yeah. You
That
go there
smells.
and there's just a ball sack.
That smells, and it's a terrible term and you shouldn't use it, but it smells like a tart's handbag. Like there's no other way to fucking describe it. It is one of the worst smelling. You can smell them down multiple streets. You don't even have to know where one is to be able to find it nasally. It's ridiculous. Fucking hate Lush. I don't know anybody who likes it. Except for my mum, that one time she went in and then she never went again.
I know my sister's husband likes bath bombs.
Oh God. Yeah,
He's a bit of a tart.
but he's also like a toddler. It's weird. He's grown some facial hair now, and he almost looks like an adult.
It took him like a year to grow it.
He had to shave his head as well, and now he saw him walk past at a Mrs. Sick family event. I was like, "Who's that bloke?" It's like, "Oh, it's the boy," as is his nickname. The youngest person published in a medical journal is 11-year-old Emily Rosa, who published her school science project that demonstrated Reiki practitioners couldn't detect life force in experimental control. I love it.
Oh, she's a young Jim Randy, isn't she?
She is a fucking legend. That is brilliant. I really like that. Oh hi, Julia Wolf.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh hi, Mark. So it's like curry. Speaking of curries, bought an overpriced toaster and an overpriced kettle because we just wanted nicer stuff because we've been using like Tesco value shit for fucking years.
Yeah.
And we decided, why don't we just buy something nice for the kitchen?
Mainly because we keep using this toaster and it burns.
Oh, it burns everything.
It burns the toast and it smells like burning plastic.
So, well, that's partly because a pen fell in it at one point and got cooked. But also, yeah, the burning of everything. It just like you put it on the lowest setting, and it's just like, oh, you wanted that charcoal, did
charcoal. You? Yeah, charcoal. Do you want
charcoal briquette?
Do you also want the smoke alarm to go off at 7 o'clock in the morning? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, if you toasted enough, it would go off. Fucking annoying. So we wanted to get a really good toaster for that. We went and we touched a lot of buttons. There is something about toaster clicky things. Some of them are fucking awful. Some of them feel like they have cancer. It's just awful.
It's like getting a wet handshake.
It's so gross. So, but we found one that's got like a satisfying crunch, which is what you expect from your toast. So it's perfect. Yeah. And then once we had that, it was like, well, we want a kettle that goes with it. So yeah. Well, they look nice. I like them.
We are really old talking about fucking toasters.
What was the other thing? Oh yeah, I bought a shredder. Because I was like, we during the tidying process, we went through. We have these fucking filer things. Absolutely full.
You have these filer things.
We have these things. Some of the stuff in them is useful. Don't be like that. But obviously a lot of it is just really old and worthless and for meaningless stuff to us now. But I'm like feeling all adult about it, and like, oh, I don't want to be putting shit loads of just my name and address that someone can take to a fucking wherever and end up doing a, what do they call it now? Identity theft on me. That would suck. I mean, I don't want to inflict my life on anybody else. That would be awful. So for the world's safety, I got a shredder. Fucking hell, that thing is scary. It has a mode that goes off just when you put something in it, which took me ages to figure out because I'm stupid. So the first time I did it, I just set it to the on mode, and it seems to just get faster and faster and faster with no apparent fucking high top end of how fucking fast it can spin, and it's really, really scary. Fun to put things into though, and it's a cross shredder, so it makes confetti, which is fucking awesome. Well, toasters now don't even burn the toast on top setting. I like my Vegemite on burnt toast. I mean, you could just cook it again. And it all depends on the toaster. What I hate, but Mrs. Sick quite likes the sound of, is those ones they don't pop. They just slowly lift your toast back out when it's done. But those really fancy ones. But they're like fucking 400 quid for one. I mean, the toaster we got was expensive for a toaster because we'd usually just buy really cheap ones. But it still wasn't any fucking where near that amount of money. Jesus Christ.
Just keep buying like several toasters and setting them all off at once. Oh no! In succession.
What, so they go
ding,
but.
ding. Yeah, that'd be
That
great.
would be pretty fucking awesome. You could just warm up dried up bread as toast. Okay. I got a shredder, but I ended up with a splinter. Was that a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference, you piece of shit? How dare you? Also, like, they're not for wood. 10 minutes late, but I'm here to be garbage. Good on you, Rick Martin. Is that like Ricky Martin, but not quite?
Can I have a Beppis?
Yes. Yes, yes. He's into superstition.
Oh, you shake it, why don't you? Spit on me, why don't you?
Okay. That's what you like.
Oh, God, no. Ugh. Don't do bodily fluids.
Landed on the Moon, comedy show for the uninformed. Okay. Now you can be like, if you kids do anything bad, it's to the shredder with you. No. Well, I'm very much of the persuasion that you make sure your kids know not to touch something that could fucking mince them. They are not to play with the shredder. It is not a toy. If they do, they will be in
Shreds.
They'll be in shreds, but they'll also be in trouble. And they think it's pretty scary, so it works out fine. You have to burn the confetti, else they can still piece it back together. Old standard was to shred, pulp, dry, burn. I think shredding it like to crazy degrees is probably good enough.
How about shred it, piss on it, mix it all into like a ball, and then get rid of it?
I think you should turn it into papier mache.
And make a hat, and then put it in the bin.
Then a hat, and then you burn it while it's on your head. And then you throw yourself in the bin. My compost shredder does wood. That sounds fucking awesome,
Congratulations.
actually. Speaking of shredders, we have a murder trial going on about a love quadrangle where some guy's legs were found in the wood chipper.
Oh
The
my
top half of him
God.
became garden mulch. Well, why would you stop at the legs? I mean, if you're going to do it, do the whole fucking thing. Otherwise, yeah, someone's going to find the legs. Fucking lazy murderers. Madness. I've never even owned a toaster. I had no clue they could be extra fancy. Everything can be extra fancy. The amount of fucking devices these days that have the capacity to be fucking smart. Now, I've got to admit, there are a few things that I would like to be smart. I'd really like a smart microwave. Because
Why?
so that I can fucking set it off when
But you have to get up and put it in the first place. And knowing
Well-
you, you'd stand there with your phone.
No, I
right
wouldn't.
next to the machine going.
only the first few hundred times. After that, I would set it off just before I needed to go pick up everything. It would be efficient. I would like it. James Bond, License to Shred. Actually, it could shred a License to Kill because it has a card shredder slot. I really want to try it, but none of the I have no cards that I want to get rid of, so I'd have to like really fuck myself over to do that. Hey, Sick, how's it going? What's the talk right now? Shredders and toasters. Not kettles though. Kettles can go fuck themselves apparently. Even though I bought a fancy kettle too.
Yeah, but that's mainly for me.
That is 100% for you. It is now officially 100% for you. Maybe, okay, occasionally I'll have a hot chocolate or a coffee, but it's still well over 90% yours. And the other kettle is now 100% yours because it's now going to be used for hot water bottles. She needs a lot of hot water, this woman. She's like hot water mad. I mean, when I get in the bath after her, I have no fucking idea how she takes it, but it's so fucking hot. She's, oh, don't worry, it's cold now, and I get in and I fucking catch fire.
It's because you're a pussy.
It's because you're insane. What was it they said? Women like their baths and showers super hot because it reminds them of hell where they came from. I was drinking coffee in my slippers this morning, then I decided I should wash one of my mugs up. What?
I really thought you were going to say one of your slippers.
I thought you were gonna, and then I decided to drop my coffee on my slippers, and I was super fucking happy about it. Use your library card. Funny you should say that, but we've been well, I say we, Mrs. Sick and the kids have been using a library recently, just randomly. So,
well, it's the thing, having autistic children who have very specific wants and,
Yeah.
and interests.
it was fantastic. They went to the library, and one of our kids is very, very into moths, and she said, "Have you got any moth books?" And the person said, "Oh, we've got butterfly books." And she went, "No," in that sort of motherfucker tone, and said, "Moths. I want moths." And they were like, "Okay, we'll see what we can get." And they actually ordered it in special for us, which was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that. Or maybe they did have to do that, but it feels like they didn't have to do that. So, yeah. She's very happy about it. She finds it very interesting. When Mrs. Sick told you she was hot stuff, yeah, she was literally on fire.
I never said that.
You share your bath water? Only when she doesn't shave. Quick wash. It's efficient.
It's called being...
Not wasting water.
No, it's called being poor.
Well, there's that too. I mean, oh no, we have to run it on gas. Actually, yeah, it's a really good idea to share baths at the moment because the fucking gas prices have gone absolutely bananas. But yeah, it's a common practice. But generally speaking, I prefer to have a shower. But if it's there, it's there. It's fine. There's moths in me undies. Moths are not butterfly. It was worth standing firm on that. Yes, she was. Yeah, she was right. Bugging the library. Speaking of baths, let it cool down before you drain. Saves gas for heating. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. I don't know if that's a joke or if that's just a misunderstanding of how our gas system works, but that wouldn't do anything.
I'd just get a cold bath.
I guess it would expel heat into the room, but I don't think it's a lot. And I don't think it's...
No, it doesn't really expel heat, it expels vapor, so it makes everything damp.
It does do that. I've been trying to take cold showers lately because it seems good for your health, and it's horrific freezing hell. I would not do that. Fuck that. I mean, I'm one of these people that I don't think to shower at all, and if all of my showers were going to be cold, I would just be like, no, I absolutely don't want to shower.
Apparently having a cool shower is better, not freezing fucking cold.
Just a cool.
Like just on the border of like warm.
Like room
apparently
temperature.
Is really good for you. Because
letting the bathwater cool down warms up the room,
up.
It saves you on your heating room. I mean, to be fair, we don't normally let it out immediately after being done with it. So it's fine. What is this bath you speak of? I've not had one in years. Can only afford showers. Oof. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of showers recently.
Yeah, that makes sense. The transferring the heat to the room. I can't imagine it's a whole heap of heat though.
Not really.
Yeah. Just pee in it. No. How's losing weight going, by the way? Badly. I'm very bad at it. I mean, I'm trying to eat more veg. But Christ, winter stuff, it just makes you fucking hungry. We have been going swimming relatively frequently. We didn't go last week because I've been in so much fucking pain. Just aches all over my body from swimming like an asshole. So we thought we'd take a week off and see if I feel any better. I'm still quite achy, but I'm not as achy. I don't bathe. It makes more sense. God damn it. It's the same amount of heat that went into heating the water. I suppose it is. It just doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it makes any difference, but it's not like we don't do it anyway, so it literally doesn't matter. Cool showers are better for your hair if you colour it. That makes sense. Because it doesn't, hot things tend to wash.
Also, there's a lot of shampoos that have crap in it that basically just drains the colour out of your hair after you've dyed it.
Into the bath, and then
and it's just like...
Then you come out pink.
You just lose your colour so easily. You have to use specialised shampoos when you dye your hair.
If I do want a bath, I have to go all the way, 10-minute walk to my nan's house. Because she can actually afford to run one. I mean, at least she lets you have one, I guess. Hey, first sick live stream. Oh, you poor thing. I can barely eat cooked veggies because they turn into a sensory nightmare for me. Oof. I do like veggies, though.
I don't bother.
We get little veggie packet. It's an overpriced way of doing it, but it's so easy.
I'm very picky with food, but steamed vegetables is fine. I can't do soggy vegetables. That makes me gag.
We do the microwavable veg bags.
Yeah,
again, they're kind of overpriced, but if I didn't do that, we wouldn't eat veg.
They're really good, though.
Yeah, they're so fucking easy.
And flavorful.
Yeah, I'm a very big proponent of having things that make it easy to eat good things. Because if it's not easy, the likelihood of me doing it is very low. That's why what I really need is to become extremely rich, and then we just get a chef who can just make nice food for us. That sounds perfect. The question, I mean, that's an idea. Do you think that there's a chef that you can hire who will come and just do meal prep for you?
If you can afford it.
Yeah, but it's different from just having a chef. Instead of having an executive chef who will cook for you whenever you want, having someone who cooks you a bunch of meals that are good quality. And then, I don't know. A service that does that would be probably a good idea.
You could find someone to do that, but it seems kind of just like, is it worth their time? I guess if you're paying them a shitload of money, they'll probably be happy to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it? That I get the fact that there are ready meals, but are there like a better version of ready meals? It's like a fucking meal prep thing.
Yeah, well, there's, what do you call it? There's one that loads of YouTubers...
Oh, the bullshit like HelloFresh is just fucking stupid.
But it's basically stuff like that. It's
no, it isn't, because you have to cook the food.
Well, yeah, and you have to prepare the food and everything. It's just there for you. It's just giving you as a recipe, that's all.
It's usually given to you as a recipe and the ingredients pre-thingied. Yeah. But, no, those things are...
No, but not actually as a service. That's just kind of like... Oh, here you go, making prep food easy. But no, not really. You still have to prepare it and cook it and...
Do HelloFresh as a sponsorship, just so that they send me
Healthy takeaways would be a good one.
Yeah, but
like...
there's no such thing as a healthy pizza. It's called a wife. I don't want a wife. I want a person that I pay to make food. Unless we could get a wife together.
That'd work.
And that she's just here to cook our food for us.
Our taste in women is kind of similar though, so...
That's true. I'm listening to this through a Bluetooth speaker and it feels like a life hack. This should be more bewildering. Like, imagine you turning around the sound source you work with won't turn with you.
What?
I guess, are you like discovering the difference between speakers and headphones? To be fair, I set up, it's been a while since I set up our pretty decent sound bar, and I forgot how fucking good it is. Like, the speakers on our newish TV are really good for TV speakers, And so I was like, they'll be good enough. And we've been using them for a while. And then I set up the proper soundbar. And I was like, oh, holy shit. This is so much better.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What's up?
The next episode of Spoon Staff Stories will come out when I can get round to doing it.
So, like, to understand, Mrs. Sick has a job. She works for me because she wanted a job and she has a particular set of skills that I thought would improve my videos. So I said, I'll give you a job. It's something to help. You know, she likes having something that motivates her to do stuff. So if she works for me, then she is, her words, obligated to do that. So it makes her more willing to do that. So she has a job thing. Because one of the problems with Spoon Staff was that was starting to feel like the obligation. And she didn't want it to, because it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be something she does to relax to an extent, or, you know, as a side project, not a main all-encompassing job, which is, you used to work on it like 7 days a week.
My problem with me is if I do something for too long, I start getting annoyed with it, and
Yeah.
it becomes boring, and then I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, so I offered her a couple of days a week. Well, at first, you know, it took us a while to figure out the exact amount of time, but it's settled on like 3 days a week, and then the rest of the time is whatever she wants to do with it. But working is hard work, so you know, when it comes to actually doing the Spoon Staff thing, she does less on it. There is work being done on it, but don't expect anything anytime soon. Simple as.
The more you ask me, the less inclined I want to do.
Yeah, the more you make it sound like an obligation for her, the less likely you'll get it. So your best bet is to put up and shut up.
But done when it's done.
Yeah. Headphones are what you use to listen to music or podcasts. Speakers are politicians or the dude with the gay 17th century hair in the House of Commons, Mr. Speaker. There's nothing... I don't know. Liquid bass. Isn't that your first fish soup? What the fuck is going on now? What is this fever sheet dream? Mrs. Sick is Colin... I am not wording right now. Mrs. Sick is Colin Farrell. Shonk. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I can't remember who Colin Farrell is. I'm so much better. I can't do names, so I always forget people.
I love this. In not a mean way, but it's still kind of mean. My mum had set up something even worse. An Android TV from Sharp. I mean, it would be a TV with Android on it, but it had such an abysmal user experience with the TV app. My mum literally cried. Jesus Christ. I mean, I've had some bad TV apps. I don't think one has ever made me want to cry. Was it cheap? Because cheap TVs do have fucking terrible goddamn fucking software on them.
So you're married to your secretary with a delay for the ceremony. The real hustle dream.
Well, we're not.
We're not married.
Yeah. There is no marriage.
Everyone always assumes we're married.
I mean, you are. It's Sir Sick and Mrs. Sick. And everyone goes, shouldn't it be Lady Sick? I said, no, because we're not married.
No, because I'm Northern.
Yeah. And because she doesn't consider herself a lady.
Because Northerners are not fucking ladies.
Yeah. The speaker has pretty normal hair. There is Bojo, the guy with the weird hair. I don't know. How do you feel about your new Prime Minister? Only the 5th Prime Minister in as many years. I just don't fucking care. I haven't cared.
I didn't even realise we had a new one.
Yeah, we apparently do. I just don't care. It's something that I don't pay a huge amount of attention to. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, but it so very rarely affects me that I don't know, don't care. Well, you have kids, so?
Right.
Yeah, we live in sin. Fuck you.
It was that though when I was pregnant, and my grandma, she's like, "Oh, so you're pregnant, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you think you want? You think about getting married?
No.
Oh, if you pay for it."
Ah, never mind. She shut the fuck up about it
Yeah, she
sharpish
did.
then.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you're married, it shouldn't be Mrs. Sick, should it? Someone figured out the whole sir and lady thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
I'm Sir Sick. She's Miss Sick. Different people. Sure. Okay.
Should
Maybe
I
I should have
just
called her Miss Sick.
Oh God, no!
Miss Sick.
Make me sound like an '80s spinster.
Aren't you? And Laird Sick.
Lard, hard work, lard sick.
I am pretty lardy.
No, me, Sir Sick and Lard Sick.
Oh. The only Yorkshire folk who get titles are from Arrogate. There is no H in Yorkshire. I mean York, sire. Which is just an enclave of Surrey that got misplaced. That is a really good fucking way to put that. Like York as well feels like something from the home counties. It's like really quite fancy. Are you? Famous last words. Spinster of the parish, sick. Ooh, damn. But yeah, not married. I have no interest in getting married. And the more we see our friends get married and then
get divorced.
And then very quickly divorced, it just seems like a really fucking quick way. You can't divorce someone that you're not married to. I think part of it is that when people get married, they suddenly go, oh shit, I'm fucking married. Why did I do that? And then they find reasons to leave their partner that they were perfectly happy with before. So yeah, you're officially Mr. Sick. I'm officially your fucking mum. Take that, bitch.
Well, you do have the rack for it.
Do you participate in the Yorkshire martial arts called Eki Thump? What the fuck is Eki Thump? Surrey sounds like the worst place to live. Surrey is fine. It's got some nice places. It's got some bad places. I used to live
everywhere
around
else.
there. Surrey and Berkshire area. But, you know, they are what they are. It's fine. Marriage is only worth it for the legal purposes like medical decisions or whatever. Otherwise, it's just paper. Yeah, and there's ways to get those legal things sort of put into place as well.
Without getting married.
Exactly. I say I don't want to get married and my friends look at me like I'm nuts, so I'm glad my partner feels the same. Well, your partner looks at you like you're nuts. Or does she look at your nuts? Or he look at your nuts? Or whoever look at your nuts? They should be looking at your nuts, that's true. How much horse spunk is in the fridge is too much? Asking for a friend. Also, I may not know what mystics do.
I would say a barrel. That's a bit too much for the fridge.
If you have a barrel of anything in your fridge, barrel storage is for like basements.
When you start having to take shelves out of the fridge, then maybe you get
Then there's too much spunk.
Yeah.
Isn't that a White Stripes song? Icky Thump. Icky Thump is from the Goodies in the 70s. I have no fucking idea.
Well, I'm not from the 70s. So
No, neither am I. The other good Yorkshire comedy sketch is Yorkshire Airways. That sounds amusing, to say the least. I would argue that you two have a common law marriage. I mean, potentially, but you know.
You have to opt into that shit, though.
Any horse spunk is too much. Any barrel quantity is too much in a fridge. You mean any barrel quantity of anything? Anyway, what if your job requires you to have barrels of horse spunk? What if you are, I don't know, some sort of horse spunk connoisseur?
Oh, God.
What?
I don't know. Just the idea of being a spunk taster. I'm tasting it for the quality, for the fertility of it. Fertility, 6 out of 10.
It has
salty mucus flavour.
It has hints of spunk.
It has a...
and a spunky aftertaste.
Oh my god.
And is that dill? My favourite fake martial art is the Welsh one, Lap Goch, where you defend yourself before you get attacked. Even better, before your would-be assailant has even thought of attacking you. That sounds like the Chav martial art. It's called Ear Mate. Quite a cig. Ear Mate, can I borrow a cig? I don't know who you are. You are never paying me back a cigarette. Icky Thump is the Welsh martial art of using black pudding as a weapon of choice. That does sound
effective.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely be defeated if you hit me with black pudding, because black pudding is fucking disgusting. Fucking burnt blood. I don't get it. I will never get it, and I have no interest in it. Oh, fuck me. Look at that shit.
Bye.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Best adult dating website. Go fuck yourself. I don't get why they felt the need to do it like 20,000 goddamn times.
Because it's called spam for a reason.
I know. Is that Dill mostly?
I think it's because we talk about Spunk, and then YouTube knew it.
Spunk?
So
Do you want to go dating? Jizzy Seaman Face. Which is a heck of a name. A sea captain and his seamen. And also Roger the cabin boy. Oh hey, but yeah. You always know you're doing well when the spam bots show up. Oh god. Bot heard that he was good at the sex. I mean, surely I don't need to date then. I was going to make an exception for barrels of whiskey, of course. I'm not a brute, but you don't keep whiskey in the fridge.
No.
A, you don't need to, and B, no. You keep it in your belly.
The body barrel.
Exactly. My body is a temple / barrel. But it is burnt blood with back fat. How can that be wrong? It's fucking gross. I can't cope with it. Some things, I'm pretty open to most foods, but some things I just can't wrap my head around. Or my laughing gear around at the very least. Black pudding is basically a giant scab. Yeah. Oh my god. Be careful of the sex bots here. On one thread, one of them was linking... Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, never click on a fucking pot... a spam.
Yeah, like, you've probably all grown up with the internet, and you should know the rules of the internet.
Yeah.
Don't click on things. Like...
Don't click on random links that people just randomly put up. And don't click on links in emails. If fucking eBay tells you that, oh, here's that transaction you wanted for $1,000 that's being paid out right now. Click here to cancel it. Don't fucking click there to cancel it. Go to your PayPal, check it, and go, oh,
yeah,
nothing happened.
I get fake PayPal ones a lot.
My favorite one is I get Amazon payments that go out that are in dollar. And I'm like, I don't spend money in dollars. I spend money in pounds. That's not real, is it? I've had the same one for the same fucking TV like hundreds of times. Ah, yes, but have you ever eaten a scab? What, like someone who's working at a place when they're striking? Because maybe. My body is getting barrel shaped as the years go by. Yeah, I know that feeling, bruh. I've always hated black. Yeah, it's just gross. What if I don't like spam? Then you're in a sketch. And whatever you do, don't touch the phishing scams. That's a good thing to not touch. Why does haggis exist? Haggis is fine. Haggis is quite nice.
No.
And she doesn't like it, but then she doesn't like anything.
No, I'm very picky.
She has. Is it a curry?
Yeah, I like curry.
What's that chart that if one then the other, and it just goes round and round, and yours is if curry, eat.
Yeah.
If not curry, yuck. Go back to one. Is it curry? Eat.
It's not always just curry.
I know.
Fajitas are nice.
Is it spicy foods?
Yeah, I like spicy food.
Why would black pudding be black, and except if it's chocolate? Because it's burnt blood, and it's gross. No thanks. Ah, but I was due a huge tax rebate. I just had to contact this guy on his Gmail account. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that as well. When you get emails from organizations, always click on the email, because even if it looks like it will then open up and it'll be like fucking asshole 69442 at gmail.com, and it's like, I'm pretty sure my bank isn't emailing me from something fucking like that. Haggis is gross. People think that. Usually people who've never tried haggis. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of haggis or anything, but I've eaten it and it's fine. If you're really hungry, it's quite good.
Yeah, but
then that's true of most food.
Would you choose to eat it?
No.
There you go.
Like, I'm not a fan of haggis. I just don't have a huge problem with it. But black pudding, on the other hand, is fucking disgusting. No, thank you. I can't even find the flavour of black pudding. I can't even explain, sorry. I wouldn't want it explained. I bet it's, like, gross. Someone said it tastes like a scab, so there you go. Come on, let's all admit that we chew our scabs. I don't chew my scabs. I chew my nails.
No, you pick.
I pick my scabs and I look at it and I go,
You go pick.
Your mum eats scabs, doesn't she?
No, she pretends to.
No, I'm pretty sure she does.
Because she knows it grosses me out, so she's like, "Oh, give it here," and pretends to eat it because it makes me feel sick. So she thinks it's hilarious.
Well, when we first met, it used to be that your mum did eat them, as a fact. So,
because I thought she did. Because I thought she was.
Has a conversation gone by?
I thought she was like broken in head, but then I realised like she pretends to do it.
Silly Rob finally caught a live stream, found sick via a guest episode of Simon Dan, craved more of the silliness and stayed. Started to catch up on the absolute hilarity that are the TSTP recently. Oh God, why? Don't watch these. These are worse. These are just the worst.
Do you spit or swallow your scabs? That is. Oh.
Hot. It's blood. Whose blood is it? Do they tell you?
Just leave them alone.
Fuck. Are you talking about black pudding? Because it's pig's blood. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to a commenter. Thank you very much.
Well, don't look at me when you see you.
I wasn't looking at you. You looked at me, and then I went, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." Can you please stop sending me spam emails? I'm vegetarian. Veggie spam sounds like spam is not great. Vegetarian spam seems like it would be significantly worse. I just imagine this big green block just falling out of a tin. Ooh. I get using every part of the animal, but blood pudding is a scab too far. Fuck me. I got a call from an English-speaking Indian fellow the other day. Something about my taxes. I told him to transfer me to someone who speaks my language since it's the official one. I'm still waiting. But he was English-speaking. Unless you're not... Well, what? I don't know what fucking country you're from, so that doesn't translate. I don't get spam. Well then, good for you. Unless you mean you don't understand the concept of a meat product, where it's not hard. Well, it's quite hard actually. It's like quite solid, but it's definitely gross, and you can eat it with your nan. That's what the advert said. And there was another one that's like where they get spam up, and one of the options for you why you would have spam, say spam up for your anniversary. If you get fed spam for your anniversary, I think we both know at that point that relationship has been dead a long fucking time. In New Zealand, we eat crushed vegetables with fish 24/7. Crushed? What is a crushed vegetable? Like, isn't it just veg and fish?
You like put it in the palm of your hand and go "fuck you" and crush it.
You crush it into like a diamond and then you
Like
swallow the diamond. You are.
A broccoli diamond.
Yes. Here's a random one. I saw a book by someone called Fanny Slow Trub today. I want to change my YouTube name to that, but you know, lazy turd. Is it already lazy turd? Food blood. Oh, right. I'm not English. Yeah, thank you. You know, you have to make a point. And if you then say I'm American, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Still speak English. Uh, Spam is good if you cook it like ham. No, that's the only answer to that.
Oh
Uh,
God. Ugh.
Blood is very healthy to eat, but I'm sure it's fucking fine, but it's still gross. Uh,
Can we not?
is it cat? It's pig blood.
Yeah, it's usually pig blood.
Yeah. Once the FBI called me via a digital voice, then I accidentally hung up on them. Silly me. Yeah, exactly. Uh, any sort of government
I
organization
get
that
loads.
I've ever heard of, you will always be sent letters.
I got one. Somebody phoning up saying that I should upgrade my mobile provider thing. Like I
Right.
think they said EE. I was just like,
We haven't been with EE in
yeah, I know.
years.
In EA Sports, yeah.
Years.
Right.
E. Still
But yeah,
funny.
we haven't been with it for ages, and I was just like,
Spam pudding. Black spam might kill you. Yeah, if your spam comes out as a little black block of goo, you don't eat it, probably. Uh, the word for email came from the Monty Python skit. I'm pretty sure it. I don't know. I don't think it. Like spam is just like a constituent thing. It's like it's because of the product. But yeah,
I thought it came from Monty Python.
you don't cook ham generally. Yes, you do. You don't cook it after it's been cooked, but you can buy a ham and you just fucking cook it. It's actually really fucking nice if you have it like that. But yeah, you don't cook it after you've cooked it. That
Yeah,
wouldn't make
the
any
name
fucking sense.
Name comes from Monty Python sketch,
Oh, fair enough.
which is also because of Spam the product.
You eat raw ham? Exactly. Does spam have fat globules? I don't know because I don't eat spam.
Spam is fucking dirty. It's horrible.
Who was it? Someone's like, "Oh, I'll
Some-
make you a ham sandwich," and they gave a spam sandwich.
That was my grandma.
Yeah.
She went, "Are you hungry?" I went, "Yeah, a little bit." She's, "I'll get you a ham sandwich." And then she came back, and I was like, "Oh, nice." Bit into it, and it was spam, and I threw up. I was just like, "Oh."
No. No, God, no. Not spam. My weakness.
It was freaking horrible.
And spicy spam sounds even worse. Spy cam. Mm. No, no fat globs. Ugh. Why do we always end up talking about food on this fucking stream?
I think it's just
It's a terrible food stream for terrible people. It is the most important part of your day is to do a food.
the jumping people in Africa.
You what? What the fuck are you talking about?
The Maasai people. They live purely off of cows.
Okay.
So they drink the milk and they drink the blood and they have the meat and things like that, and all their food is meat, and a lot of the stuff they have raw and stuff like that.
Okay.
And yeah, but it's just calling the Maasai the jumping people of Africa.
Why is it jumping?
Because it's a traditional dance that they do.
Oh, okay.
But it's just the way it's just right. It sounds like something a boomer would be saying.
Yeah. It's like saying fucking bongo land and not being ironic. A leg of pork isn't just ham, it needs to be smoked or cooked. Exactly. You have to cook meat. And yes, I understand that there are types of meat that aren't cooked. That's fucking disgusting. Don't do it. It's a good way to get fucking brain worms. That's why Svirthrurridge is fucking out of his goddamn mind. Because he eats nothing but raw meat and is just the fucking worst.
How's a CGI?
I mean, I have touched a cow, but it might have just been a horse.
When you're on motorway and you're looking at all these fields and they've got loads of cows in them, it's actually screens. It's TV panels that are up.
One of my favorite fucking Simpsons jokes is that they're there painting a horse. In the said, cows don't look like cows. They look like horses in movies. It's like, well, what do you do if you need an actual horse? And said, usually we just tape a bunch of cats together. Steak tartare, yeah, no, don't do that. Gross. I'm sure it's fine. Blah blah blah. Like if you get it from somewhere like a fucking restaurant, then it's probably okay. Like a fancy fucking restaurant, it still looks vile, but whatever. But I mean, we all know that the guy isn't getting meat from somewhere sensible. He probably fucking killed the cow himself with his fucking teeth. Sessick is above spam. He only eats shredded tripe now. Oh, Jesus Christ, tripe. There's a great fucking, I think it's a Lee Evans joke about how, like, just crazy old people are. What's for tea, love? Tripe. Ooh. So fucking happy about that. God damn. That's where the sort of English food is bad stereotype came from, because old people just didn't stop eating war food after the war. They went, fuck it. We're already paying. It's because they're so fucking cheap. They're already not paying for it properly. There's loads of good British food, but try and get an old person to eat it. You're fucking laughing, mate. When I was really little, I used to think that cows and horses were the same species. Cows were male, horses were female. I love the fact that the cows were male, since they're usually shorter than horses. So they're like, what did their sex look like to you? Hilarious, apart from more than anything else. That Norwegian guy that eats raw meat is hilarious. Hilarious, technically. He's mostly just out of his god. Apparently, allegedly, he's stabbed some people.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, allegedly. And allegedly, he's not a great person. Shockingly, someone who sits there and says that fucking the elite are baby eating fucking monsters. It's, yeah, he's a weird guy. Oh, he's Swedish, right? Yeah, whatever. My mum makes me beef tartare every year for my birthday. Pure uncooked beef. That sounds fucking disgusting. I'm sure you love it. It sounds fucking disgusting.
You get a beef cake.
I am a beefcake. Why would I need another? Britain searched the whole world for the best spices, only to decide to like none of them. Which is just so not true. It's like ridiculously not true. Oh. I love fish and chips. Unfortunately, the only place to get decent fish and chips here in the States is Captain D's and McDonald's fillet of fish and... Oh my God.
Oh God. Ugh.
Oh no. That's the best? Oh, that's horrifying.
That's disappointing.
Oh. You could just make it yourself.
Yeah, it's not difficult.
Making beer batter's not hard. And, yeah, just some decent chips. Like, Americans do fries.
You just need to cut the chips a bit bigger.
So, no, steak cut chips would be fine.
That's what I'm saying, because not fries.
Yeah.
Just cut the potatoes a bit bigger.
Well, I think America... I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think all potato sticks that are cooked are fries, regardless of size or whatever.
Oh.
In England, when we think of fries, it's what you get from McDonald's, and then everything else is chips. And you don't get chips from a bag that's crunchy, and those are crisps. Seems confusing, but it isn't. Captain D's isn't that bad. If it's somehow comparable
Right, let me have a look.
to McDonald's
There's probably pictures
fillet
online.
of fish, then it's fucking shite.
Right, there's probably pictures online, so I'm gonna have a look at what the fish and chips looks like.
Well, like I said, you could make your own fish and chips, and it'd probably be pretty nice. Just go to look up a recipe for it, for like British style fish and chips, and find an actual.
That's fine.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it tastes good.
I don't know what the fuck that sauce is, but
Uh, there's a guy named Rabbi Shmuel Pollen, which sounds like a fake name to me. I mean, yeah, I guess.
yeah, that's about right.
Puss. Puss. Pass. Which one?
Any of them.
That's all Captain D's.
That's what I typed in.
I mean, it looks okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
You poor Yanks, nothing like a proper chip shop. A really good one is fucking amazing. There was this one that did
a real good one is a legend.
yeah, there was this one down from where I used to live which had offcuts, which basically you'd have the fish and then they'd cut off the tail to have a sort of more square piece of fish. But he'd keep them, fry them, and then if you ordered a bun, which would be a huge fucking bread roll filled with the offcuts that were fried the exact same way, and it was like £2. It was an unbelievable amount of food for the money, and it was really tasty as well. I used to love that fucking place. I think it's been run by the same bloke for like a million years. I use an air fryer now. Those chips are very good. If and when we ever move into a proper grown-up house, then an air fryer is probably on my list of things that we'll have. Slightly healthier too, apparently. Captain D's is okay. We don't have chippies, but we do have pubs with proper fish and chips. That'd probably be where to go.
Yeah, that's probably where you go. Yeah, that sounds all right.
And again, you could still make it yourself. It's not hard to make fish and chips. Sometimes brew pubs in the US have decent fish. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So if you want fish and chips, find a pub that does decent ones. There, go pub. And if you don't want fish and chips, go pub.
How does one fry air?
You don't fry the air. You fry with the air.
If you actually take all the components out of an air fryer, you'll see like it's just a guy's head at the bottom of it going.
Yeah, if you've ever heard the song "Dare" by Gorillaz, it's a bit like that. If you hear that, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's air fried. That's really bad. I apologize.
Yeah. I think
a lot of kitchen fires are from people trying to make their own chips. My wife burnt our kitchen forgetting about the oil on the stove. Then don't forget about the oil on the stove. Like,
oh god, I can't leave anything
cooking
on the stove.
Anything.
I'm always in the kitchen when there's something on the stove.
Pan frying things. I do find the idea of pan frying things absolutely fucking like in thick, like in a layer of oil.
Oh, you mean like a swimming pool of oil?
Yeah, like frying it, like
God, no.
deep fat frying it, but in a pan. I would get a fryer, but an air fryer sounds pretty good.
It's fried by halitosis, yes.
Only if you get one of the cheap ones. I'm frying air. I'm frying air. It's air. Yeah, basically. I love my air fryer for Chico rolls. What is a Chico roll? That sounds like... Is it like the Cheeky Girls?
Cheeky Girls.
I think that's coming up, that joke. It's air. Do you prefer your chips slightly oily or dry? Dry.
An Australian savoury snack invented by some guy, which is inspired by Chinese spring rolls. But it's not, it's a chicken roll.
Oh, that sounds really nice, actually. I worked in a food factory years ago. Used to put all sorts through the fire. Oh, yeah, you do. When you have access to a big fryer, you have to try something. I think that's where deep-fried Mars bars came into play. Anyway, on that spectacular note, we have about 40 seconds left before I fuck off.
We talked about so much fucking food today.
I know, I'm really hungry now. Fuck you, comments. How dare you? I'm fat enough already. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to working like an asshole. I could work like a not asshole, but then my videos wouldn't be good anymore. So, yeah. But, Yeah, well, I guess you'll do what you do, which I don't know what that is.
Gravy, 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 gravy.
What is it? Haha, noobs. I burnt my grandma down with traditional matches. No fancy kitchen appliances and beer. Grow up, why don't you? Okay. Anyway, yeah, we're going to fuck off now. And you have a good one, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.